Got myself this time. I did a mute button on every one of my interviews this week. I was like, not this time. I caught myself. All right. Welcome back, guys, to Kamisha Reviews, the queen of reality TV. Of course, the queen is in the background because I always say this, I hang around with kings and queens only. But she is a queen because I believe the entire Twitter has crowned her that, and she's got her own right anyway. But anyway, with that being said, and I want to make sure I get her name right, so I'm going to wait and let her say her name. With that being said, hey, queen.
Hello.
Okay. I've said your name 100 times, but I want to make sure I got it right. How do you say your name correctly?
PHALISIA.
Felicia. Okay, it is so unique. My name is Kamisha, but my name is pronounced Kamisha. I stopped correcting people. I just stopped. I mean, no one has ever said my name but my dad. Rest in peace. All right, first of all, welcome to my stage. Welcome to my show. I am so excited that you are here. I want to start with the beginning. First of all, over the Thanksgiving weekend, did you expect this world when it was going to happen? Because baby, y'all been trending since the holidays.
Yes. I didn't know it was going to be this huge, honestly.
Mm.
But I do respect it, and
Mm.
I'm so glad every single person that's watched the shows has been 100% emotionally connected, and they are invested in this whole thing. So I think we did an amazing job. The cast is absolutely amazing too. So yeah, beautiful job, Netflix.
Yes, they did. Girl, did that. So, how did you even get involved? Every story is different. So, 'cause I'm used to recruitment, like from Big Brother and all that. When I do shows like that, most time they're recruited. So, how did it go for you?
Yeah, I just got an email. I've applied to multiple reality TV shows, including like The Circle and all that good stuff. But I actually seen an email in my inbox that like, hey, we're having Squid Game the challenge. You should apply. And that's pretty much it. I just put in my application, and probably I think it was on a Tuesday. I put in my application, and then I got my call back on Friday. The next
Oh
one.
wow! See, I feel like if I try to do it now, it's not gonna be like that because y'all were like kind of like the whatever. I feel like with me, but I did apply because I just want to do just to
Okay,
see. Girl, I applied. I did. I said, Lord, they ain't gonna hate me so bad, but they are. Everyone's like telling me you could be the villain. I own it proudly. I'm the villain in the blogger world. I do. I own it proudly. So okay, so going in, did you have any kind of strategy? Because I know it was new to you guys. It's a new thing, even for us. So I'm just always wondering, did y'all have any kind of strategy based upon the original that came out? Obviously.
Yeah, no strategy for me. I just went in, pretty much just was like, I'm gonna try to stay late, like lay low a little bit. Try to have an alliance. If I had one, it would be a small one. And I think I pretty much did that the entire time. So no
Yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, that's actually a good Big Brother strategy as well. If you ever get on there to lay low the entire time and move, that's what Jag did last season. He laid low until popped. Okay, so you said you wanted to get on other reality shows. Do you try Big Brother, or has it just been Netflix you've been applying for?
Just Netflix, mostly. I haven't done Big Brother. Or haven't applied to Big Brother, and I don't know. I mean, I like the vibe, but 100 days.
That was a one time. Okay, Sari made it known that it was horrible. So they said they're not going to do that again. I don't know why they did 100 days, but I don't think it's going to happen again because people were complaining about it too much. So getting to the game, I know Red Light Green Light was really all of y'all had pretty much said the same thing, but I know everybody's journey is different. Was Red Light Green Light difficult for you for whatever reason? Was it just a hard thing?
Yeah, it's a simple game, right? Like you think, okay, I just have to make it to the end. But that end's pretty far, not gonna lie. And it's physically and emotionally challenging. And I think the emotional part is probably the hardest part of it all. Because you can stand for a while. That's not the issue. I think it's just, you have these lights on you, you have these cameras in front of you, you have other people around you, just, getting eliminated, and it's like, oh shit, this could be me. So I think emotionally it was tough, versus, I mean, the physical part was
right.
pretty too, but emotionally I just kept saying, I kept saying to myself, all right, just think about your daughter, think about your daughter, think about your daughter. And that's what got me through 100%. So
right. And I would probably do something because I have 3 kids who are in college, but I still be like, girl, let me just get through this for these kids. But once you got over the line, I know the accomplishment alone probably was just like, oh my God. Like, just I feel like for y'all the journey is different. Like what I mean by that is like it's a self-examine moment, like
Yeah.
got through that. So tell me about that, how that felt.
It's so much relief, right? I mean, I made a huge like commitment to myself, a huge commitment to my family, and I felt good that I wasn't going home like that day, So I was like, okay, we did it. We made it. Next round. Now we got over that one. That one was rough, but I guess it only gets worse from here. But yeah, it was good.
So what we have the situation with the whole entire cookie. Now look, let me tell you something. I know people that made the cookie. Darius all in made the cookie. I said, I don't know how y'all made it, but and they said caramel. I said caramel like one of my favorite flavors. But with that being said, that is the most nasty experience. I can't. But watching it, I couldn't eat my food because Thanksgiving was going on. I was like, what? Especially the one on the what is it? Not the star, the one no one went to the umbrella, the one that led it. Oh, his was the grossest one. So I wanted to ask you, like, what was your strategy? Because everybody was different. Not everybody spit, from what I was told.
Yeah, I was a spitter for sure. I didn't do the whole licking thing. I mean, I guess, but with that cookie in particular, no, we just kept it spit, 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 and then it kind of, it came apart. I think people handling it was probably the issue because people were taking it out of their tins. And that's where the cookies were brittle themselves, but taking them out and playing with them and like that was just a no go.
Making it worse for the So look, I'm gonna ask you one question about her. How this thing here, I say, what was the purpose of her? Because I'm like, I got everything, but I don't get the doll. Did you find out when y'all went out to did y'all find out what the purpose of the doll? Please tell me.
The doll, it's from the original series. So, and that's how I would just say, like, doing red light, green light. That's just kind of, I think, how maybe they would have done red light, green light. But yeah, I think she was beautiful though.
How about in person? Is she really that big? I saw you. Is she really that big?
She was massive. That was a big bitch. That bitch was huge. She was massive. She was massive.
See, I'm a military kid, so I'm from we traveled to the Philippines for 3 years, and that's literally all I saw is cartoons with stuff like this. So to me, I'm like, man, if I was a kid, I would love this crap.
What's crazy is that when you're behind that that starting line, she looks like she doesn't look too big.
Okay.
But you get up on her, she starts bigger and bigger.
We were
that far, yeah. So
oh my God.
Like, wow. So you're looking up at her like, oh man.
So the dorms. I wanted to hear your experience about the dorms because I just was like, people got sick, all kind of things. It was cold, whatever. What was your experience like? Because it looked like you was in jail. I looked like a jail. I'm sorry, it did like a jail to me. I'm not trying to be shady. That's the way it looked to me. I'm sorry. So
yeah, I would say it kind of felt like you were in almost like a little prison. And I think that's the whole point of it, right? You can't leave, you can't go nowhere, you can't talk to your family, your friends, except for who's in there. So that was part of the social experiment, is that you guys we're locked down 24/7. We can't do anything. And so I think a lot of people, the social aspect of the game is a lot harder than just the game itself. The game itself is just more, either it could be chance, it could be luck. So other people, telling you what your fate, your destiny should be, almost, versus like the social experiment. People are getting eliminated for not talking to people. So like always, people are watching you. You don't even know who it is. And yeah, so I think that social experiment is a huge key in that game. And, some people failed. Some people just couldn't do it. If like food wise, like there's people like tapping out and say, I can't do it anymore because the food was just
nasty.
That bad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Girl, the alcohol did it for me. No alcohol and the food being gross. Baby, the first week I'm like, you know what, y'all? It's a lot of money, but that would be a struggle for me. And no coffee either. Ooh, no
coffee. Yeah.
Girl, that was a mess. So speaking of the social experiment part of it, I felt like that socially that could be a strategic move, especially watching the game. They were watching you guys because there was so many. So the ones who were getting alliances, especially like that men's group and everything, I don't think people realize that, we're all watching y'all. Like, and I even asked I forgot. I'm sorry. I can't remember what I asked her. I said, as far as people of color in the house, I said, I wonder would that be a negative thing if everybody would have got together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been obvious because I didn't really see that happen. I was wondering, was that strategically or y'all just didn't do it?
I think everybody wants there to be this race war. I feel like that's what maybe even viewers are wanting. Like, I got people in my DMs of like,
oh wow,
you are, racist and all this stuff. And I'm like, this wasn't that type of environment, honestly.
Agreed.
We were around so many people from all over, states and countries. And so I think we all came together as a group. I mean, yeah, of course you have your key people, right?
Yeah.
I would say for me, I was a social butterfly. Like when I would see, it didn't matter their color, they from Australia, England or whatever. I would see them walking around the dorm. I'd like just pop in and jump and like, who are you? And like, let's, talk. And but yeah, I mean, some of the sisters hung out with some of the sisters and some of it, I like hung out with Jessie. Like me and Jessie were locked in at the very beginning. And she was my girl. She's my ride or die chick until she done left me in where we at? Warships. So
yes. Oh yeah, love them, Jessie. I love Jessie. One of my first interviews I did. So that's cool. I get that because I even said that strategically. I don't think I want to do one. I want to take from everyone because I don't know what's going to happen ahead. So I'm going to get to know everybody. I don't know. You don't know. So I completely agree with that. So let's get to the fun stuff.
Hit me. Go ahead.
I love her face. The Jack in the Box and all the things, other things, and my boy Dash and all the things. Child, I didn't interviewed everybody. I got a quilt of stories I'm trying to put together here. Okay. But all y'all are similar, just So with you going up there doing, everything that you did, and I know it's been a lot, and I can't myself not understand. I don't know how. I know how you can decision, in my opinion, but I'm saying I want you to say it for yourself because I'm not you. I just agree with it.
Do you mean the Jack in the Box decision?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want me to start from the beginning? And
yes.
Why I chose?
Yep. You can go all. Yep.
I honestly feel that the reason why I did Jack in the Box was because I didn't have a choice or a say in anything, right? Like we just got out of Warships, and I felt like my life or the time in the game was in somebody else's hands. So why not have an opportunity? And if I could have an opportunity, maybe I was going to get an advantage. I didn't know it was going to be an elimination round, right? Or test. So I just took the opportunity, raised my hand, and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I literally immediately regretted every decision I made. I was like,
oh my God.
But yeah, from then I got up there. Initially, my gut was telling me to go to the first box. But then something else clicked in and it was my instinct and whatever else said, no, this ain't the right box. So I went over and slid it over to the next or the third box.
Okay.
And yeah, I was emotional. I didn't know I was the last one up there. Everybody else was getting called but myself. And one thing no one really knows is that I am terrified of talking in front of large groups of people. So like I have multiple things going on. Like I have to now say that I want to open my box and I want to, tell all these people what I'm going to do, whatever it is. If it's either I'm being eliminated or if I'm going to eliminate 3 people. And so luckily for me, it was to eliminate 3 people. I already knew that going in, if I had the 3 elimination or an elimination, it would definitely get the male dominant alliance out. And it's because it's going to hurt my game. At the end of the day, it was just strategic play. I don't know Rick. I don't know Steven in the game.
Okay.
But what I did see is that, and obviously this is not shown, everything's not shown because, you know, there's 456 players, right?
So editing, that's their, yeah, I got you.
So they are, my bed is like right next to this male dominant alliance where they would hang out. So they would on the stairs. My bed was like right next to that.
Okay.
So even though like it looks like me and Ashley are talking and we're like looking over here, looking over there,
right,
but they're literally right next.
Wow, it didn't even look like that, girl. What?
So we saw this form, this male dominant alliance form, and you could see, like, I think maybe Steven had said in his interview of, you know, or maybe it was like an Instagram something, but he would recruit people. They would just recruit people, and like they would click and they would just come into their male dominant alliance thing. But it was definitely more men than it was women. And so I could see that every day this thing would get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so when I had the opportunity, I knew I just couldn't take out one, right?
Right.
Because you have literally this wise man, player 232, and he knows, mind you, I think everyone forgets that I was in the dorms living with these people.
Okay.
I can hear them. I can hear other people talk. It was, you say one thing, everybody knows, and probably like
okay.
And people would come up to us and say, yeah, you know, player 232 knows every single game. He studied every single game. He knows how to play dachi. He knows how to play marbles. He practiced Delgana over and over and over. So I was like, okay, so either he's on my team or, you know, he's a threat.
Period.
So when I had the opportunity, I definitely knew that I had to get rid of him. And then you got to look at Steven's ass, and his legs are like amazing. He's a rugby player. So like I have to get, like, these people that are wise, strong is going to hurt my game, right? I don't know if it's going to be a physical element to this game at all, but we thought we were going into tug of war in the last game. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I didn't know, like, we don't know what's really going to happen. And being wise, knowing the games in and out, or being strong, physically strong, is going to hurt my game personally. So I knew I needed to take them out. The third person was up in the air. I really didn't know at that time until I literally looked at his paper and it said that he had an advantage, and I took him out. So.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you moved again. You was in a competition. I think to me, you were moving like it's a competition. Why do you think it went so left? Like, I don't get it. It's like that whole thing for everybody, not just you. I feel like it went left for everyone. Was it because of the fact that everyone's game was being like shown at that time? You think that's why? Because it went from there, votes, everybody's pissed. I'm like, bro, Jack in the Box caused chaos in that episode. So why do you think everyone is so emotional about your vote? And literally, I want to say that whole episode is emotional. But on the show and outside the show, why is it so emotional about a vote?
Because Rick was a nice guy from what I've seen, sweetheart. I really didn't talk to him in the game. Steven was really liked too. Those two players people were gravitating towards him just as much on the outside. How people they definitely showed who they were. This bond that they formed, and that's it was definitely like that on the inside. This bond that they had, they were definitely tight. So that's why I knew I had to get them both out if I could. But yeah, so it was just, I think they were a favorite no matter what. They were a favorite of inside the dorms and a favorite outside. So that's why, you know, people are so emotionally involved in, I mean, that's good. It's a blessing, right? Like, if we could have been on, you know, not even in the, what is it? The top number one show in America.
Right. It is,
It was emotionally connected. So I'm really thankful for it. But at the same time, it's like, that's the reason. Like, they were so invested with these people, and or I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know the words right now. They're just loved inside of there and outside of there.
Because you were very emotional as well, and I know a lot was going on. Were you aware of all the drama that was happening? I know you were up there, but because what you said, when someone said something, you guys kind of it eventually comes to you. were you aware of all the messiness that was happening? Because I heard that they didn't show like, you know, like most of it. They didn't show any of it really.
You say messiness.
Like just drama mess, you know, not like crazy, but just you know, talking and
I would
things.
say, of course. I mean, like Dash, Dash and Cheney and Darius, that whole drama. There was a little bit of drama there. And there was times where there were, like I said, 456 people or 197 people. Not everything's going to be shown, right?
Right.
But yeah, there was some mess. There was some mess, but it honestly wasn't that type of game either. When you're in there was a lot of whispers versus like what you see on other reality TV shows.
Yes.
Like Bad Girls Club and everybody's
going off and stuff like that, right?
Or listen, I was also in the bed, so I was asleep most of the time. So if there was something, I probably didn't hear it. So
you probably was asleep. Like my sister, she do everything. So let's get to well, hold on. Let me say before I get to the last part, I want to say, how are you dealing with it? You know, the decision that you made, you stand by, obviously. How are you dealing with the response and comments? Because some people did love them, like you said, inside and out. So how are you dealing with that? Because even though we agree, a lot of us agree with you, a lot of people did not, and they're feeling a way about it. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I think just because this is a game, right? I'm here to play my game. Like I think you've probably said it, I've said it. This is not a game of, you know, this is not Squid Game, the friends. It's Squid Game, the challenge, and it's only one winner. We're not getting paid to be, you know, top 30. You know, we're getting paid a one big $4.56 million to one winner. So yeah, I mean, I think people just need to know that this is a game, right? We are there to win by ourselves. At the end of the day, Steven and Rick, if it came down to those two, one of them is going to have to leave. So it's not like it's, you know, they're going to split the money or whatever the case might be.
Girl, for real. So you're getting you're getting a lot of love. Your stands are, I mean, how is that? Let's talk about that. That's such a positive thing. They like Queen, like, girl.
I love it. I really do appreciate all the love, 100%. And it feels really, really good to see that. And people do DM me, and definitely DM me, ask me questions about my experience with IUI, IVF. Because I told that story, and I'm so glad that Netflix aired that, because that was a huge part of us. And yeah, I have some advice, some kind words, whatever you need to keep going on that journey. And I think that was also missed, and you know, because of this other stuff. Like I'm 100% human. I go through some trials and So I would just say thank you so much for everyone who has reached out and gave me some kind words through all the craziness.
Yes.
And, keep them coming, because I'm more than happy to respond.
With the IVF, I wanted to say that's a hard journey there. So like, that's just rough, girl. Are you gonna talk about that more? Maybe do like, you know, your own like vlogging about it, because that's a big topic for a lot of women today. And you know, I just think it's a beautiful story. I do. I love the story. I said, wow, I love that you and your wife are doing this. It's just, whew, I don't know. I just think that I fell in love with your story, and I just, you know, as a Black woman, I did, and you're part of the community, and you are just standing tall, representing.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I would do a vlog, but who knows, maybe some opportunity would show up about and I could actually have a conversation and meet with the women that are going through this stuff, because it is challenging, not just emotionally, but physically. You're going through different things. You're getting, you know, pumped with all these medications and drugs, and you know, it could come with happiness, but it can also definitely come with sadness if you're not able to you know, conceive and things like that. So there's just so many emotions and things like that go on with IVF and IUI, trying to conceive even the natural way. It's really crazy, I guess. Just how many people actually go through this. And I would love for there to be a community that I can get to know, if there is one out there, and chat with these women, and yeah, just kind of spit some kind words and just encouragement there to just keep going.
I'm gonna clip this off. This clip that you're talking about. I'm gonna put the hashtag on Twitter. I'm sure there's a community, and I want to see who's gonna respond to us. I love it. I love it. Let's get to the womp womp womp. The marbles, which seems like it's so funny how marbles can bring controversy, but it did. So not for you, but necessarily for everybody else. But for you, I feel like it was sad for. Well, like I said, my iPad went to the floor. I was like. But I'm gonna say this to you. Do you feel like that from starting from red light, green light to here, that emotional and mental thing that get dragged all the way through? Would you agree?
100%. I think red light, green light was such a huge challenge that like once you get done with that one, you're like, okay, if I can just get to the next one, or maybe if I get done with the next one, I can make it a little bit closer and a little bit closer because you have. It was 456 people and then it got down to 197. You're like, wow, I'm just like that much closer, that much closer. Yeah, it's emotionally draining. Because I love people, but I do have a close circle of friends and I keep it that way for a reason. Because not everybody needs to know your business. So
I 100% agree. So doing the marbles, it just seemed like you was, I don't know. It just tell me about that because I don't know. It just you looked. I don't was defeated, but just done. Maybe I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, it was rough. Like I knew Ashley and I were gonna have to go head to head, right? We both didn't want to do it, and it was a little rough. And this wasn't also wasn't included, but Ashley didn't want to play. She kind of was just like, I'm gonna just forfeit. And I was like, you can't, we have to keep going. And that's because she just didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm getting emotional now. But it's just more so because we both wanted it and we didn't want to have to do it together. But at the same time, it was almost a relief of when I was eliminated because I know I get to go home, right?
Okay.
And it was like, okay, you got it. You can do this, Ashley. Just make sure you make it through. And when she just said, like, I wasn't supposed to win, and it's because she didn't really want to.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Yes. Oh.
So I was like, yes, you were. And then she proceeded on. So, which is just like one of those things of like, I'm so glad that we did pair up because we know that one of us can actually make it through versus like, we both be on two opposite sides of the room and then we both get eliminated, right?
Before we get off here, I want to talk about the support that you guys shared and the bond that you guys had. It was very obvious, very organic, very beautiful. Two women bonding in this crazy situation. So you got a bestie out the situation. Is that what happened?
I got multiple besties. I would take that.
Yes. But, okay.
Definitely me and Ashley it was just super easy. We connected very easily. What Dash was the one that introduced us. I don't know if he told you about that story, but he introduced us at
store. Oh, he loves you. He just hit me up earlier talking about tell Queen hi. He loves you.
It's funny because you know how we say all Black people don't look alike, but this guy, he's screaming at us or screaming at me at red light, green light and calling me Ashley because he can only see the back of my head.
Okay.
I'm like, who the hell is screaming? It gets louder and louder. So I turned around. He was like, you don't hear me calling you. And I'm like, I'm not Ashley. So I don't know. And we were pretty far. So like, I was like, okay. So he's like, I've been calling you. And then he was like, oh, wait, no, you're not Ashley. And then we got into the dorms and he was like, let me go show you who Ashley is. And then we met that way. So.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, he did say something. Yeah, he did. Oh my God, that's wonderful.
And so, yeah. And then from there, like a couple of people were eliminated and our beds got closer and we started talking. We just laugh all night, just in our beds.
Yes.
Just kick and just laugh and just have fun. We bonded on being mothers, missing our kid. And she was like my rock because I was like, I'm getting emotional. I need my baby. And she's like, nope, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And she's like my, I guess she's more outspoken than I am. I'm more the grounded, reserved. And so we definitely balance each other out. 100%.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Oh my God. You know, yeah, you are. I'm probably more hyper than you are. I know you've heard me. I do appreciate you taking time to come on here, Mama. Like I said, I know you're busy, but You seem so humble, so like not letting this like this. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. The cast itself, y'all have really embraced me. I feel like the
Yeah.
entire cast. I think I've done like 9 10 interviews, and it's been such a blessing. And just the way you guys have hit me up in the DMs has been like awesome. So I feel like you guys have done a really good job on the show. You guys have got this big bond that y'all gonna probably be forever. It's like a family, you guys, that we all would never know about it, but it's a good positive thing. And so I just want to say thank you. And you are the queen. I want to say that. Make sure that you do get your flowers because you are that. Very proud. Period. Okay.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate too. You've been such a great host, and I've listened to a few, and I'm like, wow, she's doing this. She's painting us in a good light because there's some interviews that I'm like, I don't know. So I do appreciate it.
Well, I'm the villain in the blogger world, unfortunately, because I'm very outspoken about how I feel about Black women and people from the community and all the things. And so I get like dragged because, whatever. I'm not Black enough, so many things. I don't care. I'm like used to it. So when y'all get it, I'm like, oh, she don't know. It's a Tuesday for me. But it's like, but still, I didn't like some things that they were saying to you and to Ashley, really to Dash, to all of them. I didn't think, y'all don't know. I don't know about reality TV because I talked to so many casts for over the years. So I've gotten to be empathetic to, going to reality show and dealing with the outside of it. People just watching it just says editing. Oh, they're a villain. It's so much more to it between editing, cutting off this, cutting off that. You know the whole story. So my platform is always open. So y'all can break it down because I know we don't know. So thank you for blessing my screen with your beautiful face. Tell your wife and everything you got going on over there. Just keep doing what y'all doing because like I said, y'all doing the thing. I love y'all. I do. So thank you, Mama. I appreciate it. All right, guys. This is Commission Reviews, the queen of reality TV. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what